Hello everyone, my name is Liz, and I'm obsessed with Disney. So, I have my phone interview tomorrow at 4:15, and I'm a little nervous, as to be expected. I have lots of mixed feelings, like, I'm nervous, but also, like, I keep telling myself, like, just relax, like, you've did this before successfully, like, you could do it again successfully. But I, prepared a lot for my other interview, 2 years ago when I last applied, but I don't know, this year, I don't know, I got a lot on my mind lately, and I haven't really been thinking too much about it, but what a lot of people have been saying in the Facebook group is that you should just not worry about it, and that the phone interviews, as of the past couple of recruiting seasons, haven't been as much. A lot of them have been saying, if you got a phone interview, they're basically saying, you're in. They just want to figure out where to place you. So, I don't know. I feel like, in my head, I just have some answers ready, prepared for, why I want to go back, and what a college program will do to further your career. And then I just wrote down, some questions that I'd ask the interviewer at the end of the interview, because you always gotta ask questions at the end of the interview. So, I don't know. I'm freaking out about thinking, oh my god, should I have an answer prepared for, how was the time when you dealt with a difficult customer? But my job literally every day is dealing with a difficult customer. So, I don't know. I got a lot of thoughts and feelings. I have work tomorrow at 7 a.m. And then I got my phone interview after work, so I guess I should probably go to bed and make sure I have a good night's sleep. But I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm very nervous, but I'm also kind of zen, so I don't know where my head's at, but I don't know. I wanted to turn the camera on and vlog this. I don't know if I'm going to add this to my phone interview vlog, but we'll see how much I record tomorrow. So, I'll see you then. Bye. Hey guys, T-minus 4 minutes until it's the 15-minute window before my phone interview. I'm freaking out, so I'm listening to Hercules to calm myself. As soon as it's over, I'll let you guys know exactly what they asked and how it all went. So, fingers crossed, and pixie dust, please. Thanks. Also, I love my swag. Speaking. Hi, how are you? Oh, you too. Bye-bye. This is 4:21? Oh my god, 20 minutes to a T! Okay, let's go over what she asked. Hold on. Alright guys, let's talk about my interview. So, I interviewed with Jen. It lasted exactly 20 minutes. So, she called 14 minutes early, so I was scheduled for 4:15, but she called at 4:01, and I got off the phone at 4:21. So, I was like, look at that. Alright, so the first thing they're going to ask if it's still a good time, what their name is. Well, they're going to say what their name is. They're calling from Disney for the interview, and if it's still got a good time. They're going to tell you how long it's going to be. She said it's going to be 20 minutes, and it was 20 minutes. And then they just go and they confirm your school, your major, and then she was confirming that I was an alumni. Then she asked where I worked, and if I was able to work in all the parks. So I told her, how one of my skills was global, so I did get to work everywhere, and I even worked at Caribbean Beach. Then she asked if I was on school on a visa, and I was like, no, I'm American. Then she asked if I was familiar with Disney Look, and she says, the thing what really makes an alum's interview different is that your interviewer is going to say, oh, as you know, I'm sure you're aware from your last program, things like that. So she's like, I know you're aware of Disney Look, and especially since you worked in costuming. She's like, do you need me to go over it? She just need to ask
because of course I worked in costuming. Then she just wanted to make sure I still had no tattoos and piercings, you know, that being covered up by one-piece bathing suit kind of thing. I told her no, I still just had my ears pierced, just compliant with Disney look. Then they confirm which location, Florida or California. They confirm what you have preferences over. They confirm if you want to do spring advantage, or fall advantage, spring quarter, whatever, I'm sure. Then they asked me what was the most challenging parts about living alone. So she's like, since you're an alumni of the program, you've lived independently and blah, blah, blah. So she said, not even just in Disney housing, what was some challenges of living alone. I've only ever lived alone in Disney housing, so I talked about Disney. Then she asked if I had any international roommates. Then she said, how would I feel about having international roommates? Then she asked me what I wanted out of this program in particular. Oh, someone's coming home. Here we go. Alright, they're gone. I don't know where I was last up to. She asked what I wanted to get out of this program. She asked, what are my career goals? Because based off of my answer with the other one. She asked what my most challenging job is, because I have quite a bit on my resume. Being a theater major, I have a lot of like different shows and companies I've worked with, so it's a lot. Then she's talking about like, oh, I'm sure retail and multitasking is really hard, blah, blah, blah. She's like, how do I handle all the multitasking? She asked if I preferred a fast-paced or slower-paced environment. She asked if I rather work with a team or by myself. She asked if I've ever had to handle an emergency situation. Let's just say having 2 little boys under the age of 5 locked in an elevator is not fun. And then she started looking at the different roles that I put down. She asked me what interested me in housekeeping. The real answer is dem hours, how you don't work at night, but I made up a different answer. She asked how I felt about cleaning. She asked if I was comfortable working with cleaning chemicals. And then she asked about character performer auditions, how I would feel about enclosed costumes. I was like, girl, I'm 5 feet tall. There's no way I was not going to be in an enclosed costume. I ain't skinny enough to be Tinkerbell. I didn't tell her that, but... She asked if I had any experience in food service and how I would feel about working in food. I put no interest in food service, but I feel like they just gotta ask it. She asked me what were 2 roles I was most qualified for. Last time around they asked me 3. This time she only asked for 2. She asked if I was comfortable in backstage roles. I was like, honey, that's all I know when it comes to Disney. She asked me if I was comfortable with driving. And then she pretty much told me what happens next in terms of, the selection process, and if I had any questions. Now, if you guys have any questions for me, or if you wanted to see how I answered this, I did record my whole interview, but I was on the phone the whole time, so you couldn't hear what she was asking. I recorded it so I knew what questions, because I would forget. So I watched the whole thing back and I wrote down what the question was based off of my answer. But if you guys were interested in it, maybe I will upload it, but it's 20 minutes long, so I don't know. You guys let me know. I'm just glad that anxiety is over, and now we wait. I'll let you guys know what's going on, but I hope you enjoyed my 3-step video series on applying to the DCP, and I will see you all next Thursday. Have a seamless day. Bye. Alright, so now let's talk about one of the big things, which is why I'm sure most of you guys even cared to watch an update video. As some of you may or may not have noticed, I changed the name of the channel.